in case you did not know.
Ooh, lead meeting. Sweet.
That was like a vocal exercise for my nonsense.
Well, welcome everybody to tonight's episode of Wizards in Class. Bunch of us friends and family sitting around playing Dungeons and Dragons based off of Stephen King's Dark Tower series. As always, I do not own any rights to Stephen King's work. I just use it for funsies. It's a mix of homebrew and 5th edition rules. Don't like it, don't care. Let's see what happened last week. So last week you decided to abandon the door and go back to Calla Sturgis, at which point you spoke with a couple of the town's member as well as Father Callahan. You decided to set forth a plan to barricade the church or fortified the church, have the kids stay inside when the wolves come to gather them, and you have decided to make a stand against the wolves. Reggie Slightman rallied the town, and the next morning they got to work with Andy's help to fortify the church. Luna and Azair got a couple new nifty weapons as a gift from the women of the Calla. And we are pretty much picking it up right around there. We'll say at this point, probably a week has passed. You are still in the Calla. Is there anything that y'all want to do in the time before the wolves get here?
We were just waiting because we could not figure out the door, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We said we were trying to train the townspeople, and I was sharpening some sticks and stuff. I think general combat maneuvers.
I mean, you can if you want. Give me a.
I think I was supposed to be sharpening sticks, is what I remember from my assignments, because no one trusted me otherwise.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh, that's what
You're
I'm
gonna hurt
known for on
yourself.
this one. Where is... I forgot where my skills are on here. It's been too long. There we go. Nope, that's a save. I got this, I swear. There we go. That's a check. 15.
Okay. I mean, you managed to make some pointy sticks. We'll say over the course of the week, you probably were able to make about 20 of them.
Man, I was shooting for like 2, 1 for each hand. That's pretty good for me.
I mean, you had a whole week to sit there whittling sticks.
Yeah, but the first couple tries I got the wrong end and had to throw it away.
Is there anything any of y'all else want to do during this time?
Do we have any money?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That
is a good question.
Like, can we buy stuff and prepare? Because we don't do much of that.
I have some, not a lot.
I mean, what stuff are you trying to buy?
Ooh, I don't even know.
And
Like,
from
I have to
whom?
figure out if I
Because
own money.
the townsfolk are participating in this, so if there's any materials, chances are they're going to provide it.
I mean, we know that we wanted to at least get everything needed to fortify the church. So we would be spending most of our days doing that.
I currently have 69 gold. I don't feel like messing with that number. I don't need anything.
Even if you did, I don't think with 6 gold you could find much.
No, sir. 69 gold.
Oh, 69. Okay, I only heard the 6 part.
You would.
Okay. So through the course of the week, you guys do manage to get the church fairly fortified. It is looking really good. You boarded up a lot of the window, pretty much all of the windows at this point. Andy has helped dug some pit traps around the church. You've set up some barricades in the roads leading to the church to kind of help slow anything down.
We have all the children in the church
Um,
already, or no?
the only child that was not in the church was, I believe, Benny Slightman. He was staying in his house with his dad.
Did we know why?
When I think it was Zare and Faustus went to go talk to Reggie, he kind of basically told them that as far as he knows, this is the last month that Benny was going to be able to spend in the town, and he wanted the memories to be good memories, not hold up in the church cowering in fear.
That was the kid that had the dead twin. So we were
Correct.
thinking that he was probably going to be. It seemed like they thought that one was definitely going. I think. Kinda like it was odd.
Yeah, it was like he was weirdly resigned. Like he knew that his kid was going to be taken,
Yeah,
even
that's
though there was no twin to take with.
I think he also said that because Andy was going to be there, he wasn't afraid that the kid was going to be taken.
yeah. But then
Mhm.
we
I
took
think.
Andy.
But
You
we
did
took
take Andy.
Andy to the church.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and he was okay with it even after we asked if we could bring Andy with us.
Yeah.
He just, which
Which was more
is suspicious. Yeah, like did
Is he-
something not actually happen with the other twin that we've been told?
And is he fighting with the townspeople? I thought they were all coming to fight. Did he decide not to fight? Did we ask him if he was going to fight?
He said that he was staying home, as far as I remember, with his son to give him like the last happy times that he could.
Yeah, Andy said maybe he'd participate, but we don't really know that. I think that's where we left off. We were very suspicious of him just like stabbing us. Or
Everyone
I
is
was.
suspicious.
Or I was. Suspicious.
Okay, so as the week goes on, are y'all staying in the church with the kids? Are y'all keeping watch? What are you doing?
I was gonna sit outside and try to be the wind somewhere, possibly a roof.
Okay, it's pretty easy for you to climb up onto the roof of the church.
I make my best gargoyle face.
Does the town have some sort of warning system for when the wolves are actually coming?
They do not.
Just the robot that's with us. Who's going to
Andy
make
is
some?
in the at night. He stays in the church.
It's not like the weird tear we saw before when the door opens, it doesn't make the noise, right?
What?
Like if the doors open when the wolves are coming, it doesn't sound like that freaky tear we were messing with that was humming and we had to shove bullets in our ears and all that.
The Finny.
You
Benny,
have no clue.
that's it. Like, well, we were
Um,
asking around the townsfolk, like, what happens when it does. Anyone
They've
know
never
about
been
it?
by the door when the door opened.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I would
Just-
also ask one of the local townsfolk if the wolves typically come or historically come during the day, or do they come at night?
They think back on it. Typically, they come during the day.
Have
we-
they ever come at night?
Not that anyone can remember.
Okay.
Now, does Andy have a connection with them does he know when they're coming?
Are you asking Andy this?
Yes.
Yep.
He kind of stares at you with his blank eyes, because robot. And you hear kind of a clicking and whirring, and he says, "Why, no, Luna. I do not know when they're coming."
I still think it.
Now the question is, can we believe you, Andy? Are you programmed not to tell a lie?
Can I roll insight against
Says
him
yes,
doing things?
If I was programmed not to tell a lie, how could you know if that was a lie or not?
I couldn't. It's a
Yeah,
conundrum.
give him a logical fallacy. See if his brain explodes.
A zare can be a animal, right? What if we put her near the entrance to the town? She can kind of zip around, and she has super fast speed, so she can run back and let us know when they're coming. Right?
Depends on the animal, but potentially.
But you wouldn't turn into a turtle. But
Hey, you want to go out
That
there
would be my
alone?
luck.
And
you probably want
I
to turn
you want to
into-
go out there alone and wait by a scary door for scary things, and then run back?
I mean,
No, not by the
The door
door.
was pretty far away.
I'm not talking about by the door. I'm talking about you. We're trying to get an early warning. We at least want to know that they're here.
Fair.
So if we put her at the edge of town, she could run back as a fox or a dog or something a lot faster than those things. So she can run
Are
back
we
and let us
sure
know.
they're wolves? Allegedly.
That's what they're called.
I mean, I don't think it's a clever name. I don't know though.
well, Andy said that they were like him, but didn't they say that they rode on contraptions?
Yeah.
Like they were people that rode on things, but we found out the people were actually more like Andy.
That's true. Actually, I forgot about the bikes, so we probably should not have you out there because they'll catch you
Probably.
since you can't fly, right?
I don't think I can fly yet. I think I can only swim. I think I've got a little bit before I can fly. I got to learn some more
Okay.
stuff.
Gotcha.
Can you convince
All right,
yourself
scratch
that,
that.
swimming is just, flying in the water and like,
Flying in the air
Yeah.
or swimming it, flying is swimming in the air.
yeah,
No, I'm not. I'm
okay.
not that good.
Can't trick your brain into doing
I
that.
don't think so.
Okay.
Not that talented.
I mean, you can always turn yourself into a crocodile on top of the church and jump and see what happens.
It's the see what happens part. I would end up with me just going splat.
It usually works out for me. All right. I mean,
Give me an instant death roll.
Anything but a 2 and you're dead.
Also, you're dead with 2, but it's much slower and more painful. So
Yeah, you die over time instead of immediately. If you roll a 1 5 times in a row, you survive it.
So, plan.
Andy builds things, right?
wait,
Here's
let's.
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking no matter what, if there's a possibility that the wolves can come at night, we should at least have people up for watches.
Yes.
Additionally, if it's like Andy, have we ever seen him do anything very fast or strong, or has anyone?
I mean,
No,
he's
but
been
they
helping out with fortifying the church. You've seen him carrying large piles of wood and helping to nail things up onto the church.
Let me rephrase in a more roguish manner. Do we think we could fucking kill that thing? And if more of them are coming,
Well,
we
if he's
kill
made out of the
those?
same stuff as the wolves, I know that they said that like their normal blades and weapons didn't work. That's Luna and I got our new blades, the blades of our mothers.
Okay, yeah, I
And-
forgot about the disc thingies. Yeah.
Those potentially can cut, but I don't think they've been tested against them yet, and we can't really walk up to Andy and just be like, "Does this work?"
Let me cut you.
Does this hurt?
Technically, you can.
Well, you
You
could,
could,
but
but-
no. On that same thought, though, if Andy's made of shit, whatever it is, metal or whatever an Andy is, because I don't know, and whatever these wolves are, is there any dead ones sitting around you could fling it at, or leftovers maybe?
We could.
It sounds like
ask.
the metal might be valuable, like someone might have some, or
I
whatever.
don't think they've
it
ever
is.
taken one down. I think was the big thing was they've never been able to stop any of them.
Right, so they kind of quit trying, didn't they? And
Fair.
they just. hand 'em
But we
over.
could still ask and see if like
Just ask Andy, yo, you got a spare arm or something somewhere we could test something on? It's not weird, dude.
could we just like scratch you with this real quick and see if it does anything?
I mean, he.
Rolling that one, and he no longer has a head. Oops.
Well, we know it works.
That sets off an alarm. That's just a whole new issue.
Oh, what if the door's made of that stuff? I wonder if you could bounce a plate off the door.
4 days there, 4 days back to find out.
That's true. Yeah, I
I
forgot.
mean,
it
y'all
was-
are gonna have to start
Probably not a
practicing with
good
those plates
idea.
anyways.
Yeah, I think that part of what we've established is training DM, is that right, with them? Or do we need to like say that we're training with them?
No, during the week for the first about 4 or 5 hours of the day, you've been going with the women and practicing and becoming proficient with the plates.
Okay, so we are hopefully getting better at least.
You're starting to.
It's not as bad as the fire, but you know, it's
Luna is
guess
definitely
they-
picking it up a lot faster because she's used to kind of ranged weaponry. You're struggling a little bit, but you're still getting okay with it.
That sounds about right.
so
Yeah.
proud.
Struggling.
Potion on her weapon, or is that totally?
Ransom.
I have a question for the
Yes.
DM.
Sure.
Can I put Luna's lightning on her weapon as well as mine? On the plates of my mother? Mine.
You could, since it's an oil that you prepare, but it would be an action for you to do so. So for you, it's kind of like a free thing that you put it on and throw the weapon. For her, your turn would be spent putting the oil on her weapon.
Okay.
So you don't have to if you don't want to.
So as the week progresses, Rancent, give me a perception check.
That's my eyes. Let me see.
Lightning paralyzes somebody.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be paralyzed. Remember they said they were kind of immune to anything.
It's not the worst thing I've ever done. It's an 8.
Okay.
I'm not trained in seeing, but I do own eyes as a person.
Okay. The week progresses. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Nothing. Everyone is a little bit on edge, anticipating this attack.
I have one question.
Yes.
My passive is 12. Does that count any better than my 8?
Let me look
I'm
something
trying
up.
to not get us dead for whatever it is.
You're gonna be dead.
I know if whatever I'm looking for is stealthed or obstructed, I have to active.
In this case, since it was at night while you were actively keeping watch, it wouldn't be a passive perception. It would be an active check.
Fair enough. Sorry, we're all dead.
Did we discuss, I know we discussed that we couldn't use certain things on these guys. Does anybody remember what they were? Like my lightning or my
I thought they said electricity didn't affect.
Right.
Like I thought Andy said electricity didn't affect them.
Or did we come to that conclusion because of Rancid?
No, somebody said something that they couldn't, lightning, electrical didn't help.
I feel like I tried to witch bolt something at one point too, and it went horribly wrong, but maybe not. Because I have lightning, but that might have just been Wheel of Fortune.
You're muted, F.
I have lightning, I have flaming fluid. And then
F.
ice.
F, you're muted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rancid, I think that was from one of your little memory things. That lightning didn't necessarily affect them.
Oh, yeah, the one where you're a wizard and I'm a robot. That's right. That was my brain.
I am a wizard.
You were also a wizard there too, but there was water and an aboleth, and I drowned, but I was a robot, so I don't know how that happened.
Interesting.
But yes, the aboleth was trying to zap me, I think.
But water killed you, but you drowned, not like
No, I didn't drown. I got crushed by something, stabbed by a cat.
Yeah, you got stabbed by a cat.
Stabbed by a cat.
That doesn't help. I could be a cat.
I mean,
and try and stab you.
I don't think we're
But-
fighting on
Wrong
water,
kind of
but
cat.
aboleths are psychic water creatures, so the cat stabbed me.
Okay, so not my kind of cat. I can't.
Kitty
It could be a cat.
kitty person did not like the water either.
You'd be a tiger. That's still a cat. Just stab the claw. Okay,
Oh.
so I don't think that's gonna work on them.
So this week passes by. You have one more week before the wolves are expected to arrive. Is there anything that y'all would like to accomplish in this week?
Does anybody have any spells that they want to learn?
I'll say
Anything?
preparing spells for those
You know,
that
that's
have
probably
to.
a good idea. I could probably change out my level 1 from Witch Bolt, since we know that it wouldn't kill me.
Prepared the spells I can. I would need a lot more gold than I currently have to purchase paper and ink in order to get any other spells.
Are there any spells worth having?
Well, I have. Hold on.
F, is there any spells that you have in that book that you feel like
I
might be
had,
worth it? Because I'll give you my gold, I don't care.
I have ink, but I don't have. I thought I had something to write on too. But I have ink you can use, unless it has to be special.
As you're kind of talking about paper and ink, Father Callahan comes up to you and says, "Wait, I might have some paper and ink that you can have." And he goes into the church and is gone maybe 10-15 minutes. And when he comes out, he has like a small stack of paper and a couple bottles of ink, and he says, "Here, hopefully this will be of use to you."
Do you know how much gold worth it is?
It'll be enough for you to be able to copy 2 spells into your spell book.
Nice. Okay. I'll be back. I am going to be spending the next, let me see, 12 hours copying a couple spells into my spell book.
Okay. Now, are they gonna be useful ones?
I think so. After this, I should be able to produce like these tiny little meteors that will shoot. I can shoot out at people,
Are they magnificent?
and I could will also be able to basically teleport a short distance in case one of them gets near me. I can teleport away from them.
Can you teleport them away from you?
No, that's not how
Oh.
spells work.
That's
I
not who
don't-
he's concerned about.
I don't know spells.
That's not how this spell works.
So during this week, is Rancid the only one keeping watch, or are you guys setting up other watches?
We'll do a
No,
rotation.
I'll do a night watch. So
I will
that
too, says, because I've got
night
night
vision.
vision.
Okay. We will start with Ranson. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Now, remember, I'm not trained in eyes when we all die. Same as previous check, sir.
Okay. Your night goes by, no incident. Luna, give me a perception check.
Ten,
10.
just a 10.
Okay. Zoros, give me a perception check.
Yeah, I got +4. I'm very excited.
Fucking show offs with their eyes here.
Not anymore.
5.
So
Got one.
Luna, on
Oh.
your night watch, you do notice two figures leaving the village. You can't make out much shape of them. It's just kind of the motion and the darkness caught your eye.
Interesting.
Did they come from the church?
They came, it looks like they came from one of the houses that was a little ways set a little bit off of the town. And they look to be heading south.
Was that the direction of the door?
No, the door is east or west.
We should probably hit south and see what's over there.
So is it morning?
It is probably about midnight at this point.
Okay. Are we the only two gonna stand guard, or is somebody gonna come replace us?
I'll take a watch.
I can
That's-
take a watch.
Okay, so whoever comes after me, I tell them about seeing 2 people leaving and going to the south. You need to keep an eye there and see when they come back. And if you can figure out who they are, if it's any lighter.
Does that mean I could set up down south and just stealth out and wait?
So during changing of the guards, Azair and Hamilton, give me a perception check.
Oh, dang it.
16. Skills.
Skills. Yeah, I was looking in the wrong thing. 16, 22.
Okay. So you both on your way kind of through the church, you see everybody sleeping. You hear a little quiet snoring and just the sounds of the calm breathing of everybody. And you look around and you don't see Andy anywhere.
I knew it. What do you think? Should we try and see if Andy went outside, or should we rouse the others and see if we need to do a sweep?
You can't see in the dark, can you?
I can.
You can, I can too. Okay.
I think so.
You're an elf, yeah, you should be able to. Half elf.
Yeah, up to 60 feet.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Since it's the two of us here, do you want to go sweep and see if you can find Andy, or do you want me to go sweep and see if I can find Andy and you stay here?
Why don't you both go find Andy and I'll stay here?
Cause you need to get some sleep. You've been on duty for a long time.
Yeah, but we have a whole week. I can take a rank of exhaustion, stay up again. and sleep the next day.
I thought you went south to watch it. Did you go back to the church?
I was gonna go south, but I didn't get a confirmation he was gone.
So, Hamilton and Azar, you noticed before you went out to go relieve Luna that Andy was missing. So at the moment, you don't know anything about Luna seeing two figures
Gotcha.
leaving,
Oh, okay.
or leaving the town.
So
So-
let's both go up to talk to Luna
And Ransom.
and Ransom. Yes.
I mean, I'm lurking around anyway, so
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go up. Are you guys up on a roof or wherever they are,
Yeah, Doris and I are up on the church roof.
and tell them Andy's not in the church anymore, from what we can see.
We need to find out if anybody else is missing.
I saw two people leaving, going to the south. So.
One
I
very well may
don't
have been Andy.
know. Andy's pretty tall. I'm not sure if I could tell how tall one of them was. I could just tell that there were two people out there. It was pretty dark and they were far away. They weren't coming from the church.
We
So
need
they
to do
were coming from the house.
we need to do a count of who else in the church, but if nobody's missing from the church except for Andy, then that means he might have gone with the other guy that was still in his house, because everybody else came with us, right? Or is it
So-
only the people with kids came with us?
Only the people with kids are in the church, but
Okay, so it could be someone else.
when Luna kind of points out where she saw the figures leaving the town at, you immediately recognize the house that they would have left at as the Slightman house.
I will let everybody know that is the Slightman house that I was at earlier.
I think that maybe we need to wake up the group and
Figure this
talk
out.
about this, because it's strange that they wouldn't come to the church and that he wouldn't bring his child to the church. And now he's sneaking out with Andy in the middle of the night.
Yep, and we don't know if he has his kid with him or not. So we need to leave some people here to watch the kids, and then we'll need to send out some people to sneakily see what is going on, because that's very suspicious, in my opinion.
is
All
there,
right.
And I don't think that it's a good idea to confront him, just one person or a couple. We should all be available in case there's an issue.
I was thinking
need-
if two people left and we don't know if the kid's with them, let's go ransack the house. Seems like no one's home.
Or look for information. Well, let's get the group together and we can do it. We can make a consensus, because we're missing two of our group right now. And we should make sure that everyone's on the same page and we don't just start disappearing.
Don't bother Eth though. He needs 12 hours to copy his spell.
But that's true. Is he actually sleeping, or is he copying spells still? Is it 12 hours straight, or are you sleeping?
I would probably doing it 12 hours straight, just to make sure that I'm prepared for when the wolves come.
Okay, so we would know not to bother you for the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
So we need to go.
Okay, so let's
Faustus.
go wake up Faustus, get him looped in. We do
Okay.
that.
Sup, dude? You want to go break in a house?
What do you mean?
Okay, so
making
how do
a house?
we want to do this? Because we need to have, there's 6 of us. Do you want to have 2 people stay at the church, 2 people go to the house and look around, and 2 people go
No,
just see what the robot is doing?
If we
I
can
don't
find it.
know. If we do that, people with stealth have to do that. Because if he catch it, it's like he senses us.
If the goal is to protect the church and the families, we need more people there. It could be a distraction. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
That
so
could be.
Who moves really quickly?
Is there?
Not high.
I am not sure how I know that.
I can do 120 feet a turn.
Is it just
So
my speed?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
30 feet.
Yeah, but you can convert, you can
Yeah,
change to an
If you
animal.
turn into an
Oh,
animal,
yeah.
how fast can you be?
I can be an animal and I could potentially. I wonder if Andy would be able to sense me if I was an animal.
That's a good question. 'Cause,
That's
I
a
mean,
good idea.
we should probably check if you saw only 2 people leave town and Andy's missing, chances are only one of those 2 people is Andy, and the other one is either Reggie or his son. We should
Correct.
check which one it is by going to the house, but we probably don't want to waste too much time.
Yes, correct.
So at this point, it's probably been about an hour since you noticed Andy was gone and Luna saw the 2 figures leaving.
We are slow at deciding, guys.
So one
Yeah,
person goes to
and
the
even
house,
If
2
they've
people
been
go.
gone, yeah, if they've been gone for an hour, I don't know that we could catch up to wherever they're going
And see where they've been.
to see where they've been.
Well, Luna, you and I are able, well, we might be able to kind of track them, can't we?
Probably.
With our regular, but I don't know if I can do that as an animal. Like if I'm a deer.
Okay,
Question for
okay.
the DM, are these the weird like spaced out trees or is this actually like, are these like the fields outside of town?
You are in the middle of town right now, so there's no trees around for a while.
And then once we get out of town, is that just the farms? It doesn't turn into like the forest or anything like we saw before?
Correct, it's just fields.
Okay.
So
So
what
it'd probably
if-
be best if I was like a cat or something and
What if we do this? What if we kind of wait for him to get back? Ask him what was going on at night, tonight. Say, where'd you go? What were you doing? And then the morning we can do our tracking, see where they went. And then we'll have a better idea which direction they went to, and we should be able to verify their story, whatever it is.
I mean,
That way it's daylight and we're not tromping around in the dark, chasing down something and getting away from the
Children.
church.
Well, that works. Do we want to send somebody, like if Ransom wants to go and not ransack the house?
What
And just-
happens while I'm gone happens while I'm gone. That's between me and my sack.
What?
You said ransack.
where-
It's between me and my sack. Look, I have a sack to put my shit in. Where do you think my golden stuff is? I mean,
Well, we're asking you to keep your sack in your pants and just look nicely so they don't know you've been.
Is he wearing
my
pants
sack's
now?
much. I mean, this is like belt bot. It would have to be hammer pants around full of
Phrasing.
loot. Just
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Does somebody who's not gonna ransack the house want to go and
I
check out
never
the
said I
house?
would ransack it. I just said maybe some stuff would go missing for my trouble, including information.
That'll work.
I just have a hard time after what they said, believing that they left the kid by himself. So I feel like something is going on there. But I don't know what, like, I don't also want anyone going to the house, that being a trap.
I'll be all right. I die a lot.
Be stealthy or a
It's
rogue,
cool.
right?
So are you just gonna go by yourself? Do we want to send 2 people?
We can, if he goes and he's gone for what feels like way too long, we can send others, like a group of 2 to go find him.
Sure.
That way it's a real quick in and out, and if
I bet
has
it
a
is.
less chance of being caught.
To be quick about it and not eat the beans.
I feel like we should still kind of look to see what's going on tonight because we're not going to get a straight answer tomorrow if we ask what people were doing tomorrow.
Well, but that's we ask, see what they say, and then we track in the morning when it's daylight where they went and what they did and kind of verify the story.
If we can track it and everything in the daylight.
Correct.
Well, the
Yeah, and
idea
we're
is to
assuming
know
they're coming
they're
back.
lying to you when you ask.
Yep.
I don't know if I can do that.
We'll hear that.
Oh.
wait for him.
Well, before they get back, and before people start heading back, Rancent, do you want to go pay a visit and see what you could gather for us?
I mean, I am the wind. I do such. 18 for sneaky.
Do you know where the house is?
Do I know where anything is?
I
Okay.
pointed out to them from the rooftop.
That's going to be key, is like pointing, maybe telling me if there's a landmark, putting a balloon on the mailbox, any of that.
Okay. So you managed to sneak through the very quiet village to go to the house that was pointed out to you. It is dark.
I mean, I totally B&E as quietly as possible.
Okay. You go try the door handle. It is unlocked.
Oh, well, this doesn't feel, suspicious. Of course I go right on in as quietly as possible. World's fastest hands for the door
Sure.
to not make a noise. I mean, it's unlocked, but I don't want to squeak it. 14
Give me a
quiet?
dexterity check.
Yeah, 14 to be quiet.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to quietly open the door.
Okay, good. They oiled the hinges.
Inside is just a
Whoa,
very
at this point,
modest
because
house.
it's dark, I have to light a torch. I'm a human.
That is true. When
I
light
just
the torch,
realized it, so
it is a very modest house inside, one story. You see a couple rooms attached to a main living room.
I mean, I start ruffling around as best I can without lighting the place on fire because I'm now afraid of that.
Okay. Give me another stealth check at disadvantage
Boy, why am I at disadvantage?
because you're trying to
I-
balance the torch as well as being quiet.
And be well lit. I had to figure out how to do disadvantage. That's what I was trying to figure out. I just roll 2. It's fine.
If you right click on the check, it should give you the option for.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, I already rolled 1, so I'll just roll
That's
the
fine.
other, but cool. What the hell? It's not showing me the log now.
You got a 12 and a 17.
Okay, I couldn't remember the first one. I knew the second was 17.
You managed to be able to quiet your way around the house. As you go to open up each of the rooms, you see one of them is a bit bigger. It's looks to be kind of like a master bedroom. It is empty at the moment. And when you go to open up the second door, looking inside, you see a smaller bed with someone laying in it.
I mean, I'm gonna have to creep up real close and see if the kid's actually there, right?
Give me another
So-
stealth check at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, I mean, when this goes terribly wrong, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, you sleeping?"
Guard for
A
life.
nat 20 for or a 20 for disadvantage, a 14 plus 6.
Okay. You very quietly creep up and you do hear the soft breathing of a child, and you can see Benny Slightman's face.
Okay, so I know that this is the kid. That doesn't help on information. I guess I leave the room alone and leave the kid alone and keep looking around, like desk drawers, cupboards, soup kitchens.
Give me an investigation.
Ooh, that's where I'm a Viking. 23.
You don't find much. You find like a couple papers that has kind of like a list of town members, the crops that each town members grow. Very just kind of mayoral paperwork about the town and what goes on there, but nothing that seems out of the ordinary or unusual.
Hmm. Does Andy have a room? He lives here, right?
You only saw those 2 rooms.
The hell does Andy stay? Because he's always here. Does he just like hover? You sleeping, kid? Um, I exit and go back and report these things because I'm apparently out of rooms.
At this point, it's probably pushing about 3:30 in the morning by the time you make it back to the church to let everybody know what's going on.
Okay, they're still up waiting on this, so I don't have to wake anyone up. Cool. The kid's there. He's sleeping. I asked if he was awake, and he was sleeping. Nothing weird other than town documents, and Andy has no room.
No secret doors or anything.
I mean, not that I don't know how to use my eyes good enough for that, unfortunately. I tried. Seemed like a house.
So Andy doesn't sleep.
Maybe he just stands there.
Well, technically there's 2 rooms, and the kid could have 2 dads. I'm just saying that's a very narrow thought there. We don't know Andy's relationship.
A robot dad.
No, I guess I just assumed he was a robot. He had no relationship, but you.
I
You're absolutely
mean,
right.
I'd like a robot dad. Just saying. That makes this weirder though, because who knows what they were doing in the desert. Glad I went to the house.
Okay, so
Okay, so
are we
Should we go get?
are we waiting for them to come back? Have we seen
Turning
any?
red like a strawberry.
Just hanging out.
Sorry, I just had to see it.
We're waiting for them to come back. I'm really afraid that they're bringing the
Yes.
wolves with them. So
I
I
mean,
think
it
we need to
seems-
be like on our guard, but they're going south. If the door is in the east, then the wolves might not be coming from there unless there's multiple doors for the wolves to come out of.
So here was my question, and we probably need to focus on that one quick because of our time. The kid's there alone. On top of B&E, should I kidnap? Because I still can, and we can get the kid back here.
And put him in
That's
the
what I
church?
was wondering. That's why I came back, because it was like, should I steal a kid? No, don't do it. Normally you eat them. Ask someone.
not eating.
I just worry that if we're kidnapping people, it might turn the townspeople
Against us.
against us or angry. And do we want to lose the support? Well, I mean, no, we're protecting the townspeople, so they should stay here and support us either way, but
The question is why did they leave the kid on his own?
I mean, I feel like at that point, don't know, don't care. If someone starts asking questions, be like, we were watching because the wolves are coming. Those 2 went off into the desert for something weird. We went and got the kid because what's going on?
No, we're not kidnapping the kid.
We need to just
Uh,
post somebody to watch the house.
I'll stand watch at the house.
I mean,
Give
that's
me a perception check.
better than my plan.
Yeah, don't eat the kid. That's bad.
He's not an orphan yet. I don't eat them unless they're orphans. We've been over this.
Want a
We've
perception?
not been over
Yes,
this.
Faustus, perception.
That's 16.
Okay. As you look towards the east, you do see it is starting to get a little bit lighter. And as you're kind of looking around while everybody else is talking, you notice 2 figures walking from the south towards the town. One of them a normal size looking person, the other one about 1.5 feet, 2 feet taller.
I'm hearing you guys just got a
Alright.
chance to test out
So-
your disc things.
So calm
Interrogation.
down. I don't think we're gonna have to post anybody to watch. Just look down there. They're clearly on their way back. Guess we're asking some questions.
well, let's go.
No, hold on.
Let's go.
Before we go, let's not send the whole group so as to make them feel like we're jumping them. Hey, what's going on? Intimidation, because they might not.
Also guarding the church.
Yeah.
Whoever was on guard duty should probably be the one, hey, where'd you guys go? And just keep it nonchalant and casual. And, we saw you guys leave. You've been gone for a couple hours. What happened? Where were you? I don't think that's a good idea to leave the church kind of protective type thing. See what they tell us, and then we'll verify their story later.
Well, that's what Luna and Rancid.
Zoros, Luna and Zoros were on watch
and
during
Zoros.
that time.
Okay. So I come down off the roof and I start walking over to intercept their path.
Okay.
And let me know when I'm there and they're within earshot.
They arrive probably about 5 minutes after you do at the house.
Okay.
And you
And I
see
ask-
Andy just, why, hello, Zoros. Hello, Luna.
Hey there. Hey there. Do you think it's really a good idea for you guys to be out running around? We saw you leave a couple hours ago. Where were you?
You hear a couple clicks and whirs, and he says, we were out scouting in case the wolves came back.
But the wolves are east. You guys went south. What's up with that?
We don't know if they might have different locations that they come from.
Mm-hmm. So you were walking around in the dark, leaving the kid alone at the house for 3 hours, and you were just scouting.
Yes. Is that a
Mayor?
problem?
Mayor, what do you think?
I mean, Benny was asleep, so nothing was he wasn't
And
gonna
you
get
see
into
nothing
any
wrong
trouble.
with that. How far did you guys go?
Couple miles. Kind of did a big circle.
Did you see anything?
No, unfortunately not.
Nice. Well, we may we'll probably go take a walk this afternoon or this morning anyway and go check out what's going on out there ourselves. Maybe we can compare notes.
Sure. The weather's fixing to be pretty nice today, so
Awesome.
if you feel like you need to take a walk, by all means.
It's a good day for a walk. We've been
It
kind of
is.
keeping up and building the church, and we'll probably go take a wander. All right, you guys should probably get some sleep. You've been out all night.
Very well. Have a good night. And
You too.
Andy walks back to the church with you and Luna.
Okay. And we kind of grab people as we see them and fill them in on what we heard, what they said. Doesn't quite gel with me. It doesn't sound right. I'm beginning to think the clicks and whirs are a processor saying, okay, so what can I tell them that's feasible? So I think we need to send Azair and Luna to do the best to track them. Although if Andy is 10 feet high or 8 feet high, he probably weighs a pretty good amount. It shouldn't be too hard to track trampled grass. And so I say we send Azair and Luna out as soon as it's light enough to start tracking.
Sure,
Anybody-
we can do that.
That sound good? Plus you guys got your new discs and stuff. If anybody asks, you're just going out to practice throwing the discs or whatever you want to do. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. You guys go track away.
Is it light yet?
Yeah, at this point, it's probably pushing on 6 o'clock in the morning. Being farm country, it does get light pretty early here.
And it's light enough to have a reasonable success of tracking. We're not at disadvantage for tracking at this point, in other words.
No, you want to be.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, Azair and Luna, give me a survival check.
Not starting off so great. Nat 1 plus 6, so 7.
I got 15.
Okay. Azaria, you get a little distracted from like some other small little animal tracks that you see, but Luna, you are able to pick out the footsteps of Andy and Reggie heading to the south.
They're over here. Let's follow them.
Let's
You-
go.
You follow the trail for about an hour or so before you notice almost like a smaller version of the door that you saw to the east. It's in kind of like a little dome structure that kind of sinks down into the ground behind it with grass on the roof and kind of blending in, and a small door in the front.
Well, that's
Door
suspicious.
handle, no hinges.
There is a
Like
door
the other one.
handle on this one. It's not exactly like the other door, but there is a door handle on this one.
So I tried the door handle.
The door is locked.
Okay.
Huh. But if we can pick the lock,
We don't
does
have,
does the rogue can't pick locks?
Rogue's not there. She-
It's
Well,
just
we
you
have to
and
go
I.
back and get him to come back and
Yeah.
pick the lock. Is
Can we
there,
see any
like a lock?
identifying?
right, is there anything on the handle like for a key or something like that that we could?
Yeah, there's a keyhole on the door.
Okay. Looking at it, can we tell that it's connected to the other door?
There is
Not
no
connected, but like
signage.
similar.
There is no signage on this door. The only similarity is kind of the structure and how it's a little bit domed, kind of sinking back into the ground behind it with the grass all over the roof. But the
Okay.
door looks different.
Did the tracks end at the door?
They did.
So this is obviously where they went in.
Yeah, something's going on here. We need to get into this door. I don't think that I'm talented enough to use any of my skills to get in there without causing issues.
Yeah, I don't
So,
think I can get in either. It took
And it's
us
not
about
like
an
they-
hour to get here.
yeah, it's not like they can make this disappear, I don't think. So we want to head back and tell the group what we found and see where we
Yeah,
want to go.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll head back.
You guys are easily able to make it back. Takes about an hour to get there.
We'll kind of round up the group in a more secluded area if possible.
Has 12 hours passed for Eth yet?
Yeah, Eth would have been done with his spells by this point.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to gather everybody up and go have a talk.
Do it.
And we need to fill Eth in a little bit of what happened last night that we saw Andy and Reggie leave the town. They were gone for about 2 hours. They went south. When we asked them, where they went, they just said they were scouting for the wolves.
They said they made a circle too,
Yep,
Nobody
they-
Didn't
followed
find
them.
anything.
not a straight line.
we did not follow them, no.
We tracked
Did
them.
he-
this morning.
So we tracked it this morning and we found another door. And a dome that's half underground, but this door's a little different because it's has a handle on it and it has a keyhole and it's locked. So I thought if somebody could pick a lock, maybe we should go back and investigate. Do we all want to go? How do
Wait,
we
does
wanna
the
do
does
it?
the wizard pick locks?
No, we're just filling.
I'm talking to all of you. Do you pick locks?
I do, but we were worried about his 12 hours. Is he okay?
Yeah,
Um,
he's
Is he
here
well
with us.
rested?
I am.
No, he
But
was
there
right.
are also some doors I can open that you can't.
Yeah, that's true too. He can open stuff I can't. But I'll go and try to.
So are we all going, or do we want to leave a couple people here to guard the church?
Ooh. Why do you have
Yeah,
to
right.
do
Children.
That's
that?
still.
Why do you have to make sense?
Well, why don't we have myself and Faustus? Why don't we stay here, guard the kids, guard the church, and everybody else can go check out the store.
I think me and the wizard have to go because we open things, right?
Right.
Yeah. And Azaram.
We could just go too
I am
if
there.
everyone wants to hang out. I don't know.
Unless
Luna-
Hamilton,
Luna
unless
and I
Hamilton
should
wants
go.
to stay. If Hamilton wants to stay with me, that's fine too.
Do you want to stay here? Do you want to go be our strength at the door? We might need you to lift some stuff.
No, that's fine. I have no problem.
Let's
with
be
that.
real about this door. We're either finding a dead twin or a live twin.
Or robots.
Or
That
wolves.
was. I didn't think of the
Robots.
third option.
Robots.
So who's staying behind with Zoros?
I'll
I
stay.
will. I mean,
Okay.
Robots don't say ye.
Okay.
Leaking
So
a
Zoros
logical
and
legend.
Faustus stay back to protect the church. Zer and Luna lead everyone back out to the door that they found.
Yes.
Huh.
Can we see while we're there, do the tracks go back the same way we went, or do they continue on from, I know they ended at the door, but then do they continue on again? Or does it look like it's the same path?
It looks like it was the same path.
Okay, so it's not like they stopped and then kept going a different direction.
Correct.
Good to know. Okay,
Was
so here's
was
the
it
door.
Was
Question.
it a worn path? Was it a worn path that we followed, like they've been going a lot? Or was it just grass bent over, like maybe they just went the one time?
It was a pretty worn path.
So
Yeah, it's-
we're gonna assume that they've been going back and forth here for a while.
gonna find some corpses.
Ask me a
Um,
question.
I did for my group. Did whoever tracked them, did you check to see if there were more than just the two sets of footprints? Like maybe more that came out of the door?
Or stuff leading from another direction up to it.
We
Take that as a
are
good
on
no.
the path
Okay.
now.
We
Do
can
you
look
see
at
I
it
just-
now and
lot of
see,
footprints?
can't we?
I mean, we can, yeah. I just didn't know if you did.
No, we did
Okay.
not. So we'll look and see if there's a lot of footprints, if they look like they're all kind of the same size or different sizes, or just a mismatch of footprints.
Okay. Give
And any
me
wolf
a
prints? Are there any wolf prints?
give me a survival check.
I'll do one too, just to see. There we
16.
go. A non-nat 20.
Okay. You guys both just see just the two sets of footprints.
Okay. So
Okay, so it looks like it's just the two,
S-
just the two people.
Okay.
Awesome.
I guess I should mess with this tiny door then.
Okay.
Or
Go
at least
ahead,
the
if
lock.
you want to try
And
and
then maybe we'll
fix
all
the lock.
stand back just in case you get shot.
Yeah, it's bomb squad rules. Everyone back up. I'm gonna check for traps first.
Give me an investigation.
Seems good to me.
Seems good to you.
After that, I'm going to listen at the door because that's the other thing I like to do before I open things.
That would have been included in the checking for traps.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Shove your
Okay.
face up
Well,
next to it.
At least he didn't lick it.
I
So
will
do-
taste the door for remnants of any information I may find at the suggestion of the expert tracker.
Give me a lockpick check.
Is he gonna French the door open?
I would be so impressed.
27.
Yeah, you're easily able to quickly pick the lock, and you hear
Apparently he did.
I mean, I throw the door open and go, "What's up?" See what's in there.
It is very dark in there. It looks to be a tunnel leading down. You see some stairs, but it is very dark inside, so you can't see much past maybe 20, 30 feet.
Hey, wizard man.
Could we have a child?
Could we have a light child?
I will produce my 4 little globules of light and smush them down into one gnome-sized light child.
Okay. You have a light child. It is kind of lightens up a little bit. You see stairs leading down.
Look down at the light child, and you ain't my father.
Don't eat it.
It's not an orphan yet. That's
Now,
important.
here's the question. Are we all going down there without Zorro and Fester?
Well, we still
I,
have to have somebody protecting the church, which is kind of the whole.
Okay. I'm just making sure that this is the path that we are choosing to go.
Because
Well, if there is a
am
conflict,
concerned.
but we don't want there to be a conflict here and a conflict there. But what if there's a conflict in both? I don't know what to do.
well, that's the
I mean-
DM's dream.
We
I'm
did
willing
choose
to
to
try to
split the
sneak
party.
up with the creep to be life child and like die first, and you guys can wait in case you hear something. I'm cool with it.
I'm just a little concerned because I don't know that Faustus and Soros can take on all the wolves if they show up
Oh, we
while
can't.
we're gone.
We're good. We got this.
Okay. So I can move my child up to 60 feet away.
I'm the wind with a 15, so I'm fucking stealthing down there with this creepy. I can't focus on being sneaky at this point with this thing following me, but I'm still going.
It's going to be a disadvantage since you have a child of light following you.
I mean, that's gonna be worse than a 15. I sure no. It's gonna stick at the 15.
Okay. You are able to quietly make your way down the stairs. The stairs go about 40 feet before leveling off. And you do notice that it levels off into a hallway. And at the end of the hallway, you see a doorway, no door, but there's a little bit of light coming from the doorway.
I'm going to creep up towards the light without that freaky thing
I'm
monstrosity.
gonna turn it
after me.
off. I'm turning off my baby.
Oh, you turned it off the minute it came out, dude. Ugh.
Sneaking up to the door, you do see that it leads into a small little room. The room is empty, meaning there's nobody in it. But there are just a lot of electronic devices in the room.
Ooh, not understanding what it is, I'm going to attempt to arcana them. 26. I'm like, magic?
You're not getting any sense of magic from anything in this room.
No paperwork, nothing I understand.
Nope.
Go back up, report this to the group, be like, it's a hallway with some robot shit. Because I get Andy and I get electronics as far as that, I think.
I didn't think robots shit.
Hey, dude, it's a room full of it. You could probably break some discs off of it. Who knows?
Bring some of it back and let the girls practice throwing stuff at it.
I
I,
mean, shouldn't we at least investigate it all first?
Yeah,
Right.
let's go take a look. I don't know enough about that, but Luna, do you have any?
I think that I would know about electronics and stuff. Yes.
Okay, I'll follow Luna's lead on this.
So I'll go. So the light baby's like dead, or can we turn him back on so I have a light to walk down?
Well,
the
yeah, now
stairs?
that we know there's nobody down there, I'll make them again for you. I'll even have them do a little dance down the stairs if you want.
You suck.
All right. So I follow the dancing baby down to the room and
Okay.
look around to see if I
You
know
do
it.
see all of the different electronics. Give me an intelligence check.
there a thing that goes with intelligence?
Yeah, go to your main page and it'll give you a plus something. So just. Okay, so where does it say intelligence?
+2.
+2. 9.
Ooh, 9.
Okay.
Not feeling very smart.
You don't know a lot of these, what a lot of these devices do, but from your time in school and kind of what you were studying, you get a feeling like you've seen some of this stuff in your school's like communication department.
Okay,
Ah.
so I think that these items are things that they're using to communicate with
Who are they communicating with?
somebody.
That's a good question.
The world.
So
Want to try and see?
can I try to figure out how to communicate with somebody with one of them? Is there an on-off button?
Give me an investigation check at disadvantage.
Okay, what does that mean?
Two 20s take the lower of the two.
Correct.
Right. Oh, I got a 19 and a 5.
Oh.
Do I look at my investigation? Do I get to add those
Yeah.
points?
Yeah.
My skills, right?
Yep.
+5, so 10.
You push the buttons, you see some lights come on, but you're still just not, it's not making sense to you.
Sorry, guys, nothing's happening. I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right.
That's fine. So what we can pretty much ascertain is that they're at least talking to somebody. They did not tell us that they were actually using this information or these devices to contact anybody, making me distrust not only Andy, but also
Reggie.
correct.
Can
Agreed.
we carry this stuff out of the room and take it back to town with us?
All of this stuff is pretty much kind of it's massive electronic equipment. It's kind of bolted to the ground. It is heavy. There's no moving it.
Okay. We should
Yeah.
destroy this.
That's what I was gonna say. Can we smash it? That seems like fun.
We need to figure out who they're talking to, though, because they're not going to tell us anything, it sounds like. We need to figure out a way to figure out who they're talking to.
I'm pretty sure we all know who they're talking to.
And I
True.
think that I probably have the best bet of figuring that out, and I couldn't figure it out. I don't think anybody else has a lot of experience with this kind of stuff.
Well, we were on the train with Faustus's stuff. They had all the running stuff. Would he know any of this stuff?
Oh, he's with me.
But
Yes,
I
I'm
would
asking the group that I'm with if they think Faustus might know if we need to switch out.
I can head back to the village and tag out with Faustus. I could take his place. And
Do we want to try that? See if maybe between him and Luna, they can kind of figure out what's going on. I am from a forest. I don't talk to people. I don't know what this means. I can't help with this.
You do remember that through other conversations with Faustus, and even asking him about Blaine and Patricia, that he really wasn't ever in the engineering electrical side of things, so he didn't really have much of a sense of how that stuff worked.
Okay, so maybe he wouldn't know anything. I didn't know if it was commonplace to have things to talk to each other like this.
I mean, I can attempt to use device on it. I took that as part of my rogue, but I don't know if I may just destroy it.
I
I
don't
don't know
think
what that
we're,
means.
You're not here.
Well, I guess
I don't think it's a good
what
idea.
concerns me then is if we are correct in the assumption that they are talking to the wolves, that means they've told them, one, the kids are all located in the church. Two, we have fortified the church. Three, the wolves know we're there and prepared to fight them.
And it explains why he wasn't worried about his kid at all.
Yep. So
Why he's
that-
never worried about his kid, because if he's been doing this for the past couple of years, or like if he did it before,
then he knows.
But
His
he
kid's gonna be
said
safe.
that
He's
he
a
wanted this last month to be good for his son. Like he knew his son would be taken.
or he knew everyone would find out he's a dick.
Or
His
he knew
snitches get
that
stitches.
he
And
knew
he's
that
glad to get him.
because he's narking on everybody else, his kids are safe. So maybe he just threw that out there as a
As
Because if
a
you're
law.
narking on everyone else and we find out, he ain't gonna live there anymore, right? That's the end of a good month too. Perspective.
Yeah, but when Zoros and I talked to them, and Zoros told them we were going to walk where they walked, they didn't seem concerned. Yet that door was easy for us to get into, but they weren't worried about us finding out what they were doing.
I think we need to
So-
get back because they're not worried about what we're doing.
And if no one kills a wolf, what are they worried about anyways?
I say we head back. There's nothing we can do with this stuff.
there's one thing we
And-
can do. I say we smash the shit out of it.
I'm still on that. I mean, I can try use device, and if I destroy it or if we smash
at
it,
it.
whatever, maybe we get lucky.
How about
I'm just afraid it's also like, what if it's an emergency something
what
to,
if we're wrong and they're not talking to the wolves?
How
But
long
it's
did it
like-
take us to get out here?
I don't know.
An
hour.
hour.
that's
I mean,
not an
we could-
emergency thing.
We could double hoof it back to town after we're done smashing it, if you're concerned.
Or
I
you
mean, for
guys can
all we
start
know, the wolves
and
are
we can-
already there.
Yeah, that's my concern. They're not worried and they were okay with us going out.
So they were
So-
okay with us finding this. So what if it's not? What if it's something that needs to be used later and we destroy it all?
Hey,
True.
we got to make a
Okay,
decision and go because I mean that seems like wolves are
Yeah.
coming. So
we can just go then.
we can smash later. I can destroy things much later. It's good.
If they start
Okay.
heading south again, we know where they're going.
Yeah.
And then we'll follow them for sure.
All right.
So before we get back to town as a group, do we want to let Zoros and Faustus know what's going on, but keep it
No, I
amongst
say we
ourselves?
keep it from-
No, we need to like,
yeah, we want to let them know what's going on.
yeah, but
Keep
not
it-
huddle
yeah.
up like all together and like,
Don't
we need to
yeah,
like,
don't confront Andy or
I wish to re-enter town without them as the win. That's my goal.
have
I want-
that.
I want to disappear before we get there.
As you guys are leaving the bunker, make a perception check. And Faustus and Zoros make a perception check as well.
oh. Nat 20 for a 26.
And I got a 23.
12.
21.
7.
And
Everybody that got a
14.
10 or higher, you start to hear in the distance, seemingly a far, far away. It starts out with just kind of almost feeling a vibration in the air, but then you just start to hear a low rumbling. And in the distance, you hear a couple howls and just very faint.
Run.
Guys,
We
we
gotta
need to
go.
get back to town now.
I was told the wolves were a metaphor, but I'm hearing howls.
Then we
Shut
Shut
better
up and
go.
run.
metaphor.
Yeah.
Shut up. We can discuss metaphors
Run.
later. Let's get back to town.
We gotta go.
Giggity go.
It does take you the hour to get back to town. When you get back to town, you see that the town is in a frenzy. People running here and there, getting ready. Zoros and Faustus, you guys have been helping fit as many townsfolk that can't or don't want to fight into the church to try and keep them safe. It's just a madhouse of trying to get prepared. Is there anything that you want to do in this last instance?
Do they have time to give us a Reader's Digest version of what they did, what they found?
In all the uproar and the panic, you guys kind of feel like you're not necessarily being watched or looked on at the moment. So yeah, you would be able to give the lowdown of what you saw.
Okay, so when I hear that they've been communicating and we hear the wolves coming, I tell everybody we should probably skip putting everybody in the church and try to set up an ambush in the area around the buildings next to the church and around the church, so they come busting into the church and then we can possibly get advantage and
How big was the door room that we just came from? Because if it's only an hour away, we could shoo like the children and whatnot to that spot. And yes, they would all be in one spot, but it would force them to funnel in through one door to get to us.
And the bunker.
Unless there's something we don't know about the room.
The room with the communication device wasn't that big. I mean, the five of you were in it, and it was starting to get a little cramped.
Okay, so not.
You could
Well, we did
stack.
already fortify the church.
But they're expecting that.
Yes, but if we put the kids someplace else, then there's not going to be any fortifications at all.
no, but
But
they're
they
gonna
wouldn't know that we
figure
put
out
them
where
there.
they are.
They have
But they're
to-
gonna have to figure out where they are.
What is the
if they're
second
coming to the
most?
church,
What is the second strongest building? Can we tell?
biggest,
Like the second newest is somebody's house, like the mayor's house, better than the other people's?
The mayor's
Working
house
with them.
is better than the other villagers' houses, but it's still a very, I don't want to say ramshackle, but it's a typical farming house. It's
Okay.
not necessarily built to be sturdy.
Church
So the
may
mayor's
still
got
be,
a sweet house. That's what I'm hearing.
the church is probably still our best bet then because it is fortified. We have set traps. We at least know to watch for any deception now. And
Yep.
this may be our best bet to make a stand.
Well, if we do that, then I suggest that we have at least a couple of us, whether it's me and Faustus or whether it's probably it would probably be better if it was ranged. So F and Azara and Willow can all attack from range. Wait,
Willow?
Luna, sorry, Luna. Wait until they get to the door of the church and start storming it, and then they can attack from behind with ranged weapons. And if they turn to attack that, then we can come out of the church and attack them from behind. I think that might be the smartest move. It makes, but you guys, whoever's at range is going to have to stay in cover until they actually storm. Otherwise, they're vulnerable.
I have my blades, but I think that's about the only range deal that
And
I
that's
got
what
besides
they're for.
training for
That's-
spells.
That's what they're for. That's why they gave them to you. So I think they want you to use those to fight.
Yeah, we can try them.
What do you guys think? We gotta think quick. Is that Is that a good
I'm in.
strategy?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
And we may even consider, because Rancid, you attack a lot stronger and hit harder from behind, right?
I am going to hide anyways, and I have range. So either or.
So
I just
why
need
don't
someone
you-
near me for
Why
harder.
don't you guys stay out, and then that leaves Faustus, myself, Camel Toe. Yeah, the three of us will be inside, manning the
There a-
barricade, and you guys can attack from the sides and behind.
Is there
You're
a bush
inside the
adjacent
church?
to the door? Because
Well,
I'm gonna
we-
hide in the
you're
bush.
inside the church, yeah.
Don't
So
we
you're
want to
So
not
stop?
3 of you inside and 4 of us outside.
Church,
But they're not gonna get to the church without killing us that are outside.
you're not gonna be outside, you're gonna be in a building until they get up there. You're gonna be hiding when they pull up to the church, because as far as they know, everybody's in the church barricaded, right?
But the church isn't that big, right?
I thought we did traps around the outside to trap them outside.
There are barricades and there are pit traps outside the church.
Yeah, I had to sharpen sticks, 20 of them.
Right, and they know where they are now because they've been in communication with Andy and Reggie.
That's fine. You kick them hard enough, they'll still go in the pit.
Okay, well, I'll do whatever you guys want to do then.
In the
You're-
rush of hearing the sounds and everything, and did we see Andy and Reggie go into the church or anywhere in particular?
They've been running around with the rest of the town trying to help people get into the church and double check the fortifications are still good. They have
If you
moved
wanna be
Benny.
dancing with the kids now.
Benny Slightman has been moved inside the church.
Well, I can take up like a rooftop post or something and see what I can see from there. I've got my magic I can try, and I've got my blades that'll hopefully come back.
No fire.
No fire. Fire doesn't work on
We don't
these.
want to burn down the church.
The rumbling and the howling has gotten quite a lot closer.
All right, let's do this, guys. Let's prepare ourselves.
I'm hopping up on a nearby roof and trying to situate myself to where I can't really be seen. Are they quite setup wise? Can I tell, like, are they triangle top houses? Are they like flat? Like, are they regular farmhouses?
Yeah, they're regular farmhouses.
So I'd want to stay kind of on the back side, looking over, so I can see what's going on, but I'm mostly hidden by the roof.
Are you getting up on top of the church or are you trying to get up on one of the houses? Because the
That
house,
would-
the closest house is probably a good 100 to 200 feet away from the church.
oh,
So there's.
well, then that plan doesn't really work as well. Do we want to get up on top of the church then? The 4 of us? Luna, F, Rancid?
I mean, I was just gonna hide some
Sure.
bushes, be ready.
I'll just be
Or
behind a
what?
barricade outside.
Yeah, I can get up there.
Is
I'll
there,
go.
are we exposed if we're up there, or is there someplace to hide?
I mean,
You're exposed. It's a pyramid roof.
but we
Yeah,
don't.
they're gonna come to the front, and unless you can hang off the back of the roof on the back side, there's really nowhere to hide.
That's kind of a
But
cool
They're
idea.
gonna see you coming up.
But we don't know if they have
So-
range, any sort of ranged attack. They have any sort of ranged attack. It may just be more close combat, hand to hand stuff. So you guys might be at a distinct advantage up there because if they can't get to you without coming through us, then
But didn't they also say that they had stuff that they threw and people just blew up? So now we've got people on the roof of the church and they're throwing bombs on the roof of the church, collapsing the church on top of us.
I don't think they do that if they know the kids are inside because they're trying to take the kids.
Okay,
To make them weird mutants, we don't really know what happens. They don't necessarily need them alive for all I know.
They haven't really told us a whole lot of
Yeah.
anything. I think I would be better staying back anyway. And if need be, I can change and jump down from above and surprise attack if I need to.
I'm gonna stay on the ground. Is there trees or bushes or something I can hide behind and still see what's going on?
There are some trees. There's like a little cart that's not too far from the church that you'd be able to hide behind.
Okay, I'll hide behind the cart.
Okay.
That way we're not all in one position. So if they do throw one of their bombs, they're not gonna kill us all at once.
Can we ready stuff for their approach, or
I thought that's what we were doing.
no? I meant like, can I hold a spell like the surprise round type thing?
Probably not.
Okay.
So as the rumbling gets closer, you can hear it now. It is incredibly loud, but you can still hear the howling above the sound of the rumbling. Anybody that wants to, actually, we'll go Luna, Eth, and Faustus. Give me an insight check.
Team.
8.
Ten.
So Luna and Faustus.
Oh, and mine's 16. Sorry,
Okay.
16. I have
That's fine.
insight.
Luna and Faustus, as you're listening to the howling of the wolves, there's something about it that just kind of itches the back of your head. And then when you hear it again, it just clicks. These don't sound like regular wolves that you have heard of. It almost sounds like someone recorded a wolf howling, and you're hearing the playback of that record. After about another 10 minutes of the rumbling, everyone is incredibly tense and poised and ready to strike. And you start seeing a huge cloud of dust in the distance. And as it gets closer, you start being able to make out figures at the forefront of that dust. And you see 5 creatures riding what looks like horses. But they look far too large to be natural horses. And the rumbling that you hear from them and the hoofbeats sound way too dense to be natural horses. And on the back of each of these horses, you see a figure with a green cloak. It looks to be humanoid, but the face looks to be made of metal, made into a wolf mask. And you see in one hand a long glowing sword, and you see the other hand is grasping the reins. Let me get you an image of what you see. You see 5 of those riding, galloping towards the town at a very fast speed.
It's a lightsaber.
All I'm hearing is I'm going to own a horse.
And that, with the start of initiative, is where we're going to pick it up next week. Because this battle is going to be an epic fight, and we will not be able to do it in 20 minutes.
says you.
Says me. When a
Beat
fight
King in
against
20 minutes.
when a fight against 2 people takes like an hour and 45 minutes long, a fight against 5 wolves gonna take a little bit longer than.
So plan for a long one next time.
No. We should, hopefully 2 hours should be enough for the battle, but we'll
Okay.
just kind of have to play it by ear and see what happens. But with that, thank you everybody for watching. If you want, subscribe to my Twitch. I don't think I've ever asked that before, but sure, why not? I don't know what it does to you, but hey, it's fun. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you had fun, and I will put the video up of this on YouTube tomorrow. But thank you all for joining, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
This is.
Oh, I guess it does.